Prairie Musicians is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota, and by the members of Prairie Public.
Hi, my name's David Eiler. I came to Fargo-Moorhead over 30 years ago. I'm the percussion teacher at Concordia College, a professor of music. I found out there was a strong tradition in the choral area at Concordia College, and I thought, how can we get more people to our percussion ensemble concert? At the same time, I had several students who really wanted to focus on marimba and do a smaller ensemble, so I formed what I called the Marimba Choir. And my purpose was to bring some of those people who weren't familiar with the marimba to our concerts by including that name in the title. And sure enough, there were people that showed up for a marimba choir concert expecting something vocal, and we gave them something otherwise, which was the marimba. Even though it's called the Marimba Choir, we do occasionally use some instruments that are not marimbas. In one song, we actually used xylophone in, which was a very popular instrument for ragtime music back in the 1920s and 30s. We also, in addition to the marimba, use the vibraphone, which is made out of metal bars. It's aluminum, and it's really more of a jazz instrument, but I used that purposely in the arrangement of Over the Rainbow because I thought it was perfect for that second part of the song.
Hi, my name is Kira Graber. I'm from Laverne, Minnesota, and I'm a member of the Concordia Marimba Choir. I'm a junior here this year at Concordia. So I got started with music thanks to my mom. She's a music teacher down in our town, and so from very young age, she had me and my brothers up singing in front of church and playing the piano. And then I got started with percussion at the end of 4th grade. I really wanted to do it because it was something that you had to kind of compete for, and it was kind of a special honor if you got to be a percussionist. I worked really hard to audition well, and I didn't even try any of the other instruments because I was just set on being a percussionist. And then when I was in 7th grade, I saw the Concordia Marimba Choir and Percussion Ensemble perform, and that's when I decided I really want to be part of this group, and when I really started to work at my percussion skills. So Silhouette in Rhythm is such a fun piece. You can kind of tell that it was written back in like the 1920s, 30s, that era, because you just want to get up and dance when you're listening to it. And it's also really cool because we've done it unconducted and also conducted, so it's just really fun to get in it and get grooving.
Hi, I'm Danny Coker. I'm from Shakopee, Minnesota originally, and I'm a senior that is a member of the Concordia College Marimba Choir. In the 5th grade, when we were choosing instruments, I actually wanted to play trumpet, but I had braces, so my band director told me, nope, you're gonna play percussion. And at first, I was still pretty convinced, given a couple years and improved dentistry, that I would be up front playing trumpet, but I absolutely fell in love with the instrument, fell in love with all the different variety you get with all the different kinds of instruments you get the opportunity to play, and I'm now about to graduate as a percussion performance major from Concordia College. A lot of our pieces we do unconducted, or what we call chamber style. As a musician, it really pushes you to communicate, not with words and not through a conductor, but through eyes and just feeling the music, and really gets you to know kind of your colleagues a lot better than you maybe would otherwise. Sosobala is a work for percussion chamber group by Emmanuel Sejourné. It features 2 marimbas and a vibraphone with multiple players on each instrument, and throughout the course of the piece, extended techniques such as bowing the vibraphone, bowing the marimba, pitch bending the vibraphone, playing with fingers, blowing into the resonators are all showcased. So it's really kind of a showcase of all the sonic possibilities that percussion mallet instruments have to offer.
Prairie Musicians is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota, and by the members of Prairie Public.